in the night by the sound of time passing. In the darkest hour of the morning, panic grips me. I hear my blood rushing through my veins, echoes of my lost dreams and how little I have done. Hopelessness surrounds and enfolds me. I need a solution to detangle my confusion. Once a moment has passed, you can never get it back. I have to focus my attention while I'm still alive. One of these days, 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 I'm gonna get my ass in gear. One of these days, I'm gonna overcome my fear. One of these days, I will go back and finish college. One of these days, I'll utilize my vast knowledge. One of these days, I will begin my noble quest. One of these days, I'm gonna be the very best. One of these days, I'm gonna take a big chance. One of these days, I'm gonna show them how I dance. One of these days, I'm gonna sell my comic via. One of these days, I'm gonna get my big idea. One of these days, I'm gonna finally know the answer. One of these days, I'm gonna find a cure for cancer. One of these days, I'm gonna find the true solution. One of these days, I'll find a cure for all pollution. One of these days, it's gonna be a big deal. One of these days, one that the Chinese cannot steal. One of these days, I'm gonna get that big score. One of these days, they will be lining up at my door. One of these days, I'm gonna be wealthy and famous. One of these days, and they can kiss my famous anus. One of these days, I'll be the one they want to see. One of these days, they'll want to spend some time with me. One of these days, I'm going to show them how it's done. One of these days, I'm going to have me lots of fun. One of these days, I'm going to settle right down. One of these days, I'll buy a big house out of town. One of these days, I'm gonna have a patent pending. One of these days,